We're going to hit Servandum, discarding Oculus. Now we're cooking. Play our third land. We want that one untapped. Ral Zarek. This is exactly what we want the deck to do. -2, gets back Oculus. Manifest Dread puts Bailmerk into play. Welcome, friends and opponents, to Head Games Arena. My name is Jet, and we've already seen all the cards for Marvel Superheroes, so we are in a little bit of a lame duck standard right now. We're going to spend our last few weeks playing some decks that have been on the back burner, and today, that means we are playing Dimir EyeShadow, called EyeShadow for Abhorrent Oculus as the eyeball. This is a 3-mana 5/5 with flying. If you cast it from your hand, you have to exile 6 cards from your graveyard as a part of its cost, and at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, it manifests Dread, which means look at the top 2, put 1 into play, put 1 into your graveyard. The one that comes into play is a 2/2 face-down creature. You've seen this card. It's been in Standard for a while now. Most people are fairly familiar with it. The other part is Moonsahdow. It's a 1-mana 7/7 with Menace that enters with 6 -1/-1 counters. Whenever one or more permanents go to the graveyard, you remove a counter, so it starts small, but it scales very quickly if you are dumping stuff into your graveyard. And why are we playing this in blue and black? Obviously, those cards are in blue or black, but black in Secrets of Strixhaven gave us Ral Zarek, Guest Lecturer. That -2 says return a creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and Abhorrent Oculus has a mana value of 3 or less. So we are trying to dump Abhorrent Oculus into our graveyard as quickly as possible, reanimate it with Ral Zarek, and a hilarity ensues. So to support that, we've got a couple of the old favorites from the existing EyeShadow list. Mockingbird, Likeness Looter, which can become a copy of a creature in a graveyard. This works incredibly well with Moonsahdow. 4 copies of Bitter Triumph, because you can discard a card as part of its casting cost, so you can get the Oculus into the graveyard on turn 2 and destroy your opponent's creature. It's the best opener that this deck can have. 1-drop creature like Moonsahdow, discard, destroy your opponent's first creature with Bitter Triumph, discarding Oculus, cast Zarek on 3 and reanimate it. Fantastic start for the deck. At the top end, Overlord of the Bailmerk works as a way to fill our graveyard, but also an endgame threat. Quantum Riddler, just a fantastic mid-range card in the list. It gives you something to do on turn 2. If you don't have anything else to do, you just draw a card. And then having this as a 4/6 flying beater at the end of the game, if the game goes long, is a fantastic kind of pressure release valve at the top end. 1 copy of Mockingbird, 1 copy of Grand, just as things that synergize well with the list, but that I'm not really, that really are only good if you get one of them. If you get more than one, they feel very, very bad. Also in the removal, 2 copies of Strategic Betrayal in the main, because there are lots of graveyard synergies on the ladder and in the meta right now. I've also opted for 2 copies of Twilight Diviner, which if you reanimate a creature essentially makes a copy of it, which is fantastic and is remarkable shenanigans if we are reanimating an Abhorrent Oculus with either Grave Researcher or Ral Zarek. So that's the list. Dump Abhorrent Oculus into the graveyard, reanimate it ahead of curve, end up with a 5/5 flyer that can close out the game. You've seen this strategy before. This is just a new color code for the list and a new guest lecturer to hopefully teach us something new today. Before we head over into the gameplay, I would like to invite everybody to like, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you're excited to see in Marvel Superheroes in Standard. Very interested to hear if you've got some ideas before the set releases. Thank you as always for being here. Let's play some head games. Game 1, Dimir EyeShadow, featuring Ral Zarek. Here he is, our guest lecturer from Hexhaven? Is that what we're calling it? Okay, we've got a removal, fill our graveyard, hopefully turn 3, Oculus. Tap land for our opponent. Blue-white means I can probably put this in tapped and save myself the 2 life. I don't think leaving up Requiting Hex is that valuable here. Blue-white's not good for us. It means it's probably control. Okay, so let's get our second Watery Grave down tapped and play our 1-drop. Play Moonsahdow. Looking to draw out a counterspell. What do we got? Taking our sweet time. Okay. Moonsahdow resolves. removal spell from our opponent. Just consulting the stars. Okay, they don't want to remove Moonshadow because it is a 1-mana creature, right? Like, it really... Okay. Double white and blue for our opponent. Consult the stars really gives... Yep. I was going to say, it really gives control vibes. Now we've seen stock up, so we know for sure that we're playing against control. So that definitely means that we Overlord of the Baelmerk on this turn. Certainly going to hit at least one permanent. Yeah, I think we take the Looter here. Moonshadow gets a counter, or loses a counter technically. We'll put this on black and also have it enter tap. I don't feel great about trying to play a slow game against a blue-white control deck. They are definitely advantaged in that case. Authority of the Consuls for our opponent. And another stock up. Okay. Here is the plan. We're going to play Ral Zarek.
Happy to answer any rhetorical questions you have.
So I can put Oculus in play here. It just gains them life. I'm going to Surveil instead. And we will put... I'm not sure if we want to put both things in the yard. I don't really want to draw either of them, so I'm okay with that. Let's just put both things in. Get in for 3 with our Moonshadow. We'll play our second passage tapped. Overlord gets to 3. So I'm really trying to mitigate the negative impact of Authority of the Consuls here. They definitely have ways to deal with Ral and with Moonshadow. Split up destroys our creature. Okay. And really, like, they're going to play board wipes, right? That's a thing that's going to happen. So let's start making our opponent discard.
Start over from scratch.
Yeah. Ultima. We're going to play Twilight Diviner. It's going to gain them a life. I'm going to Surveil 2. Requiting Hex is useless. I will keep Mockingbird. Overlord drops to 2. It's going to be a very long game. Our opponent destroys Ral. Consults the stars. Just for 2. They're only getting 1 card here. It's kind of where we want to be. We've got to try to win the War of Attrition here, which is not super fun. Okay. And Elspeth makes tokens. Yeah. Okay. So we have like lots of requiting hexes with nothing to do. Yeah, we'll pay 3 life to destroy Elspeth. So if I use Ral to reanimate here, I get a whole bunch of things, but then they just board wipe. Honestly, I think I keep hitting their hand.
Weak mind, weaker work.
Then we'll get Likeness Looter out. That's gonna draw them a thing, and no attack, so I can block that 1/1. Because Ral is what's keeping us in the game here. Restless Anchorage is very bad for us. If it can take out Ral this turn. Okay. Yep, here we go. Yep. That's not great for us.
I will not let you hear again.
Okay, so good news is we get to like, oh, I got another Ral. So again, the problem is I don't want to play creatures if I don't have to. So I can Turn the Likeness Looter into a Moonshadow here. And we'll get in for 10. Trying to decide if they're going to block. They are going to block. And I think we pass from there. Okay, now they're incentivized to board wipe. And I know that they've got it. They've already thrown a bunch away. They've got to have it. Split up destroys the tapped creatures. Okay. We're going to move immediately to combat. I think we get the looter back again, because I think it is the, it to me is the safest thing to kind of put on the board here. Our opponent takes 5. We will play the looter. They're going to gain a life unless they counter it. I'm okay if they do. Our opponent goes up to 6. Another Consult the Stars. No Consult the Stars, so they got another board wipe in hand. Okay. So we'll turn Likeness Looter into a Moonshadow again. And then we'll proceed to attack. They've got instant speed removal. Guessing they've got Get Lost. We haven't seen a Get Lost yet. Wan Shitong is not going to save them. Because Wan Shitong dies to Requiting Hex. Oh, I cannot believe that. Good game. Game 2, Dimir, EyeShadow, Oculus, Moonsahdow, and our new friend, Zarek. Okay, so this is Moonsahdow on 1, or Requiting Hex if we need. Overlord or Quantum Riddler on 2. This is probably fine. Our opponent plays a Forest and Lanoir Elves. Okay, so we will play this on black. We will pay the 2 life. I'm fairly certain it's always right to remove the elf. Or bolt the bird, as the boomers say. They always have Badgermole Cub on 2. Alright, here's our Gloom Lake Verge. So, what's the play here? Is it double Moonshadow? I don't dislike this as a premise. Now we get to see they have 4 mana. Do they have the perfect draw? Ouroboros on 3. Frenzied Baloth is not Ouroboros. Innkeeper's Talent is very strong. Baloth gets the counter, gets in for 4. You got it. Land, please. I hate that. Not drawing a land probably loses us the game here. We'll get Looter back. Both of our guys get counters, and we cannot push the attack. What? We didn't deserve that. Excellent avatar for our opponent here. I might be biased. This is game 3. With Dimir, EyeShadow featuring our guest lecturer, Zarek. We are on the draw. We don't have any interaction, but we do have Moonshadow on 1 into Likeness Looter, and we have Mocking. I think this is fine. I don't like not having any interaction, but we have kind of what our deck is trying to do. Requiting Hex makes me feel a little bit better. We will Moonshadow. Badger Mole for our opponent. That's very helpful for us. Okay, let's get Watery Grave down. We're going to pay 2 life. We will, in fact, remove the Badger Mole. Then we are going to Mockingbird for 0. Copying the Moonshadow. And we will get in for 1. Turn 3 for our opponent gives them Paw Patch Recruit with the Offspring. So we're facing a +1/+1 counters deck here. Okay, so I think we put this on blue. We'll pay the 2 life. We're gonna play Ral Zarek, and we are going to surveil.
Honored to be always pay attention.
We'll put the Watery Grave in the bin. Bitter Triumph on top. Our Moonshadows get bigger. Do I press the attack here? I think that I do, because actually what I'm really looking at right now is if they attack Ral Zarek rather than me, I'm kind of okay with that. Turn 4 Ouroboros, Badger Mole Cub. Could be both now. Yep, could be both. Surrak. Okay, we played this deck a couple weeks ago. This deck is amazing. So what that means, though, is they don't have enough to remove Ral. Ral survives.
Reckless.
Okay. All right. Surveil.
Opportunities are everywhere.
Do we dump them both? Alright, we're gonna dump the Moonshadow and leave the land on top. It's gonna make both of our creatures bigger. We're in trouble. Yeah, we're in trouble. I think I have to not attack. Alright, we're going to put this land in on black and have it enter tapped, and that's the end of our turn. We're in trouble. I don't think we're going to get out of this. They've got either Ouroboros or Practiced Offense here. Practiced Offense doesn't... I don't think it immediately wins them the game, but it's going to be very bad for us. Badger Mole Cub is not what I was expecting. Okay. Here's the land. Still got 4 mana. Curator... I don't understand that choice, but that's okay. I don't think that they realize that they really ought to be removing my creatures, but that's okay. There goes the creature. Okay, that's less attacking us this turn. Cool. And what are we doing? Okay. Okay, so... yeah, I think we discard a card here. We're going to remove Surrak. Discarding Likeness Looter, making both of our Moonshadows bigger. Yeah, so the challenge here is... This is not good. I don't think we can get out of this. I know I keep saying that, but... So I guess we surveil?
Choose your words carefully.
Yeah, we'll put an Oculus in the graveyard. It will make both of my guys bigger. We will play Agna Kala. I am going to be 1 point shy. I am going to be 1 point shy. Is this instant? It is. Okay. And this gets to 7/7. Yeah, that's it. Here's the pump spell. You got it? You have it, right? Why is it so quiet? This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card. Oh, okay. Everybody gets a thing. You have to tap a creature to exile the last thing, which is... Uh-huh. Uh-huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 3, 6, 9. Oh my gosh, we might make it. They don't have lethal on board, I don't think. 3, 6, 9, 11, 15. I can block one creature, so unless they remove my creature... Okay. I don't need Ral to win here.
Case closed, then.
It's kind of a question of... Okay, I think we get there. I think we get there. Do you have a fight spell? You don't. That's it. We got there, folks. Yeah, we're going to activate Agna Kala and discard the card we just drew, getting our Moonshadows to full strength. Oh, you know what I just realized? I just realized that only one of them flies. Okay, so I was wrong about this. Okay, so we're not just... We don't just win here. How do I win? How do I win? How do I win? Well, Strategic Betrayal doesn't do anything. Yeah, so I think we get in with the 7/7. We're very sad that both of our things don't fly. And then from there, I'm fairly certain that we Overlord of the Bale Merc, and I'm probably... Alright, let's get Riddler back. Oh, I thought we got there. I totally forgot that both of our things didn't fly. One pump spell and we're actually done for here, I think. It doesn't seem like they have it, though. I mean, I feel like I can't believe how long these first two games have been. This game should not have gone this long. These two decks against each other, both being as explosive as they normally are, should never have happened this way. Yep, everybody gets bigger. Okay, so if we take 9, we're at 7. So do we just lose? Yeah, 1, 2... Yep, you got it. Oh, I thought we actually had a chance there. This is game 4. Dimir, EyeShadow, featuring our guest lecturer, Zarek. We're on the draw again. This is a very questionable hand. I mean, we have Strategic Betrayal. If we're playing against an aggro deck, this is probably not any good. He said as he keeps it. Okay, Watery Grave enters tapped. Our opponent is on blue-red, which could mean a lot of different things right now. Blue and red gets our opponent nothing. Okay, so we will play a swamp, and we will warp. Quantum Riddler, do you have a counterspell? No? People are being very cautious today. It's funny. Sometimes when I'm recording, people just move very quickly, and sometimes they take their sweet time. It will quench you. Third land for our opponent, and Pearl of Wisdom. So this is the Otter deck. They just drew 2 cards. Okay, so I think that means we play our Watery Grave untapped and we get Grave Researcher down. Now this is removable, meaning that they have lots of spells that could possibly remove the Grave Researcher here. I hope that that's not what happens. I would really rather that they ran some permanents out here. This is actually going to be an interesting matchup, because I think that the decks, while not exactly the same strategy, are going to do something fairly similar. And our guy is going to make...
going on. Otter to otter? I need some help.
I don't want to surveil that. I'm going to... It's not a creature, so surveilling it doesn't do what I want it to. Now, big risk here. I don't think that I can risk it. I'm just going to go ahead... discard a card and remove Ral, pitching the Abhorrent Oculus, and I'm going to attack because we're not going to block. They're going to make that otter too big for us to block, so it makes way more sense for us to attack here. So I've got Abhorrent Oculus set up next turn. Opponent goes to 17. Lots of mana for our opponent. Okay, I don't dislike where this is going. Multiple cards to get rid of Grave Researcher. Double Shock removes Grave Researcher. Otter's getting bigger and bigger. That's a big otter. What else we got? Okay, they are leaving mana up, which is very scary. Okay, so here's my problem. My problem is they have a counterspell. I can just sense it. They have another It'll Quench in their hand. So that led me to taking this play and using the Strategic Betrayal in the way that I did. And now I'm going to see if I can bait out their counterspell. Here it is. Show me that I'm right. You got it. Here's the turning point. Our opponent makes an otter. Are you going to make 2 otters? Is that what we're doing? I would be okay with that. Tap out feels good. Otterball antics for our opponent. Okay, so Ral, guest lecturer, is gonna -2 and get an Oculus. We'll play Undercity Sewers. We're gonna put that in the bin, hoping that we hit something else with the manifest. And so we actually have enough stuff in our yard right now to cast a Abhorrent Oculus if we need to. This is not great. I don't really have a reason to do one over the other, so let's put this there so they see the land go. Doesn't make a huge difference, but let's see what happens. Ral. Okay, playing Planeswalker battle here. Ral's going to draw a card. It's going to make another otter.
You get to be my protege.
And Bounce spell is amazing here for them, if that's what happens. They're going for it? Okay. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna block. Accumulated Wisdom draws you a single card.
Exactly what I need.
So, I mean, this isn't a great trade for them. Like, they do get to remove my 2/2, but I get to remove their... Well, I get to remove their Otter with a counter on it, and they get to remove my 2/2. It's not a great trade for them. Okay, so... Let's... This is actually pretty sneaky, and I think it is what I'm going to do, is I'm gonna make us both discard a card. And I'm gonna discard my second Abhorrent Oculus. I'm gonna play a Likeness Looter. I'm gonna turn that Likeness Looter into an Abhorrent Oculus. And then this one is going to knock Ral down to 1.
You'd hurt a cute critter like me?
Double Manifest. That is good enough. Woo! Amazing. Don't see that avatar very often, do we? It is Game 5, Dimir EyeShadow with our guest lecturer, Ral Zarek. We are on the play this time, and we do have blue and black. Lots of turn 2 options. This is for sure keepable. We'll play Multiversal Passage on blue, and that can enter tapped. We're not really interested in holding anything up right now. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Mono white. Okay, so what's the best turn 2 play here? It might be Likeness Looter. It really might. It might be Likeness Looter, because Overlord can potentially dump something very strong into the grave. It could dump a Moonsahdow into the graveyard, and then I'm swinging for 7 this turn. And we are going to try that line. We're going to try Overlord of the Baelmerk. So white and blue for our opponent. There's our Moonsahdow. I think we get one back because there's no reason not to. We're going to turn our Likeness Looter into the other Moonsahdow, and then they're going to remove it. No? Okay. Abandon Attachments. Okay, they are also on Abhorrent Oculus, and they are at 13 life. We're actually in a really good position against what they are trying to do. I just need to draw a land. Because they're going to reanimate... Oh, they're going to remove my guy? Okay. You got it. Okay, so we can... What's right here? So I feel like getting Ral down is really strong. From your graveyard. Okay. Has to be from your graveyard. This is tricky. I'm gonna get Ral down.
Honored to be invited.
We're gonna get our looter back.
So eager to.
There were so many different choices there. I'm really not sure which one was right. I'm really hoping to draw a land here, because if we can shoot down whatever they're doing. Chart a Course does not reanimate their guy. So we're doing something very similar here. Did they draw the reanimation spell? Okay, surprise witness. Here's their Oculus. What does the... It makes them a spirit. Okay. We 100% remove this. Do we just pay 3 life here? They're going to manifest dread. We, of course, did not draw a land. We will turn our looter into a Moonsahdow again. We will surveil 2. Unfortunately, okay, so Moonsahdow, they have to deal with it or they just lose next turn. I did leave my Ral open. I probably should have made Ral to have them discard a card. Oh, so good. Yep.
I'm done arguing.
Can you remove the Moonsahdow? Can you remove the Moonsahdow? Oh, so good. Okay. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we just lost. Did we lose? I mean, I don't know. Oh, I cannot believe that turnabout. Yep. Let's get rid of everything. Oh, that feels so bad. Charting a course, draw, ditch. Reanimating another Oculus. That one comes in tapped. Do we have okay. We're resolving manifests. Resolving manifests. We are activating likeness looter. How many times are we going to do this? They've got it. They're really slow rolling me here, and I don't like it. Oh my gosh, we got there. Requiting Hex takes out the prankster. Good night. Oh, that is it. We are on to game 6, currently 4-1 with Dimir, EyeShadow, with our guest lecturer, Ral Zarek. I don't dislike where we're at here. We can keep this. This only does it when stuff goes to the graveyard. Okay, so Quantum Riddler does not do that, but that's okay. We're on the play here, so we will Watery Grave untapped and start with our namesake, Moonsahdow. Tap land for our opponent. Almost certainly Riddler here. Let's draw a land. That'll do. Get in for 1. Quantum Riddler goes to Warp Zone. What is our opponent up to? Show me red mana. Jeskai control we haven't played against yet today. Okay, tap land for our opponent is not so bad. Big question as to what we do here. I want to get Ral down, but Ral can get spell pierced. So I think Grave Researcher is the correct play. Alright, we're going to play Multiversal Passage. We are going to pay the 2 life, and I'm going to play Grave Researcher. This means they can't remove our board this turn. Grave Researcher surveils a Strategic Betrayal. which I think we do surveil that because I don't think we're going to need it against them, but it does not trigger Moonsahdow. And then from there, we'll play a land. I'm actually pretty tempted not to attack with both, just to play around, split up. We're just gonna pass. I think that they're holding up a counter, so if I cast anything, board wipe. Beza. Yeah, we'll put Mockingbird in the bin. Okay, so Multiversal Passage. Black, I guess. We'll pay 2. We're gonna play a... Ooh, hold on. Maybe we play a full power Quantum Riddler here. No, we play a full power Overlord, because that probably makes the Grave Researcher. And 1, 2, 3 creatures in the bin. I think maybe we decline. No attacks from us this turn. This opens our opponent up for... You got it. That's interesting. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'll draw that. I'm okay with that. Let's reanimate Abhorrent Oculus. How's that? Moved combat. Bring it with Overlord. Let's take Looter. You know what? I actually could have attacked with Moonsahdow as well. That was probably a mistake. Sure. I mean, they're probably getting a board wipe here, and that's okay. If they chump, they've got a board wipe. That's how we know. Yep, they've got a board wipe. We'll just pass from there. I guess I could have gotten Ral down there. That might have made some sense. So we're in some trouble here because, you know, they've got a full grip and they're a control deck. So they're going to wipe the board. Here we go. They have to, actually. They have to wipe the board this turn. Untap land for our opponent, and... Are we playing with the instant speed board wipe? That card is neat. I don't see it very often. Not in this format anyway, not in standard. This is the trick to playing against control, is that they're always going to... Avatar's Wrath. Okay, so choose up to 1 creature. Let's remove that creature. And we'll pitch Gran. Did that fizzle the spell? I didn't know that fizzled spells. Strategic Betrayal? Oh my god, I fizzled Avatar's Wrath! This is it, friends and opponents. Game 7, currently 5-1. Believe it or not, a little asterisk there because somebody scooped early on, and we really didn't deserve that win. Our friend across the table here has a much higher rank than us and is very incentivized to play correctly, whereas we are big goofballs. This is fine. 2 interaction spells, stuff to do. I'm okay with this. We need to draw land for our deck to really hum here, but we are on the draw, so Oh, we're not. We're on the play. Even better. We'll start with Restless Reef. We would love to draw a land or something to do on turn 2. Strategic Betrayal feels very good against what our opponent is likely doing. We're going to play a swamp, and we'll just pass there. We need to be very thoughtful with the Strategic Betrayal. White and black for our opponent. Here's Servandum. This is excellent for us. Hold on. Let's see what they do with the Surveil before we rip the Bitter Triumph. They did not put it on the bottom. We're okay with that. So we're gonna hit Servandum, discarding Oculus. Now we're cooking. Play our third land. We want that one untapped. Rouse Zarek. This is exactly what we want the deck to do. -2 gets back Oculus. Manifest Dread puts Baelmerk into play. Ooh, I don't like losing the Strategic Betrayal, but we were going to lose it one way or the other. Here's Umbral Collar Zealot. Okay, so we will Surveil 2. I probably should have cast Moonshadow first. They only have one creature in their graveyard right now, so it's we want to draw that land. I actually don't mind Requiting Hex either. So I think we're remarkably going to leave both of those things on top. And our opponent is done waiting for us. I'll take it. All right, friends and opponents, how did we do today? Well, I love this strategy. I love the Abhorrent Oculus, get it into the graveyard and get it in ahead, and I love that you can play it with Moonshadow and with Likeness Looter kind of as a way to get sneaky extra copies of each of these. We played an Esper version of this deck last season or maybe 2 seasons ago, and it was an enormous amount of fun, and it's a deck that I like a whole lot. So we were here today to see, is Rouse Zarek good enough in this list to make it run with just blue and black? And I think the answer is yes. On camera we were 6-1 today, which is obviously an impressive record, but you got to consider sample size and when we're playing and all these other pieces to it today. That was a good run for this deck. When practicing leading up to recording, I did not have that much luck with it, and by that I mean I was much more even. I was winning and losing. I probably had a slightly negative win rate. I was probably under 50% in practicing, so getting 6-1 on camera was a little bit of a fluke, a little bit of a miracle. So this deck's an enormous amount of fun, but there is a lot of graveyard hate out there, so it's easy to hate on this deck, and if you end up playing against that, it's going to feel pretty bad. And the most popular decks in the format really do kind of run this deck over. You know, the mono greens of the world, the white green landfall. Our one loss today was to that green 1 counters list, and really there was about 3 or 4 turns there at the end of that game where if they had Ouroboros or practiced offense, the game was already over. So I'm not surprised that we lost that game. Maybe it's my own poor piloting, or that deck is just actually stronger than this one. So all in all, Rouse Zarek was very good in this list because Abhorrent Oculus is just the most fantastic target for that returning creature with -3, but the Surveil and making our opponents discard cards, like the versatility of this card really made me happy to see it. Graveyard Researcher, we did get to see it get prepared once. I'm a little leery of this card, which is why in my list I decided to include a couple of Twilight Diviners, because I really like that this one, when you bring something back from the graveyard, ends up doubling the effect. And really in combination with Grave Researcher and Rouse Zarek, it can do some very hilarious shenanigans. We didn't get to see it today, but it is a fantastic card. Unsurprisingly, the all-star of this deck is probably Likeness Looter. Like, getting this down on turn 2, getting a Moonshadow into your graveyard, then turning this into a flying Moonshadow is a fantastic strategy, because you win in 3 swings at that point. So all in all, fun list, probably still very much B tier, not gonna really hang out there with the top decks in Mythic, but you could probably grind on the ladder and get and climb your way up it with this deck if you really wanted to. If you're here listening at the end, listening to your old friend Jet ramble about this deck in what feels like a lame duck standard because of how fast we're releasing sets these days, thank you. That is like the best thing that you can do to support the channel. Really appreciate your time and your attention. Thanks as always for being here, and remember, take care of your head. Hey gang, thanks for tuning in. Click that subscribe button to support the channel and check out our last standard video where we dominated our opponents with the practiced offense of Selesnya counters.